This is Abnormal Entertainment.
I occasionally edit things out.
No, I mean, like, I tried editing and it's the
why
worst.
is my thing so loud?
Oh, I don't know. Doesn't that suck to be you?
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
Maybe his microphone is too up. Maybe you need to
Okay.
slide it all the way down to 0. I mean, what?
Is everybody doing
I liked
good?
you better with a beard.
Fair enough.
Because you could, like, bond together.
Well, yeah.
Like Velcro?
Like
he's got,
Velcro.
he's got a little red beard going on, too, so. But
Everybody does.
Red beard sometimes.
That's a pirate name.
Just Colleen with her red beard.
Oh, shit, I gotta get my notes out. I just put my phone on top
You
of
get a
my
little bit of a
notes.
red beard too, Colleen.
Everybody does.
And where?
Everybody's got a little
Did you just say where?
Yeah,
like-
there's no red beard.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So you're only Irish in your pants. Nice.
Okay.
somehow I think they were talking about Red Wings instead of Red Beard, but we'll just.
No, we're talking about bearded clams.
Yeah, we were talking about beards.
Well, I was. Red Wings is a different. Anyway, never mind. I'm not going
Yeah,
to
it's
talk.
a
Hockey?
hockey team.
Yeah, totally hockey.
Hey, get out of here. You are invited.
Oh, welcome to GloryHoundd, the Uninvited Gamers. I'm your host, GloryHoundd, and today's Uninvited Gamers are...
I think we should talk about periods more.
Oh, my God. Just introduce yourselves.
Dr. GloryHoundd.
Richard.
Just Colleen.
Hi, Prophet.
I'm now done eating my waffle. We can continue the podcast.
Oh, that was the smacking is going to be fantastic. I'm sure that.
Oh, my God.
Totally editing that.
So, it's been a while since we've been on. We've had, like, a lot of stuff going
We've
on.
had surgeries.
Yeah.
Don't worry, everybody pulled through. We've had tax season.
Taxes
We've had conventions that's happened. International Tabletop Day.
Yeah.
I moved
had-
a metric
I
ton
was
of
gonna say
games.
there was
Yeah.
a move. Somebody actually moved. We started messing with bit boxes, which pretty much like
Took up a lot of time. I don't think I've played games since
I lost, like-
got the bit boxes
I
in.
lost like 3 years of my life doing those bit boxes.
You did nothing.
Yeah, but I couldn't like really watch the shows I wanted to watch while you were doing them. Like I had to watch other shows. Lame.
Oh, okay. Well, geez.
That's what I said. I lost like 3 years worth of TV viewing. My Netflix has been off the hook lately.
Vampire Diaries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to catch up. You know, I actually went to high school with one of those guys.
No, you didn't.
Oh, that's your story. My bad. Sorry, I forgot you were here.
He likes to steal stories.
I doubt he's going to the high school reunion next weekend now.
Probably
really?
not, jerk. You're famous.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't go to high school.
I'm on a
reunion.
teenage vampire drama. Who isn't?
So who really needs high school reunions now that we have Facebook?
That's what I
That's
say.
exactly what we were talking about the other day. It's an outdated, antiquated type of thing. You used to go there to catch up and see, like, where is everyone now? Or show off, like, this is what I'm doing now.
I can
I
finally
look
wear a
hot
kids.
now.
Yeah, I can finally wear a bikini. How do you like me now, Berger?
As it is, every time like I see somebody that I knew in high school, I pretty much like duck out of the way and like like I hide
Combat
in.
roll.
Yeah, I combat rolls into the bushes.
I have been
crawl
lucky
out.
enough that whenever I run into people from high school, like they usually don't recognize me right away, and I just keep walking by. I'm like, this is cool. What's up? Or if I like them, I say, what's up? But I actually like most people from high school, unlike her. She does definitely hide.
Yeah, I tried to
do.
avoid going to my hometown, let alone seeing anyone except for the people that I'm in contact with from high
I'm
school.
like, bitches, if I wanted to know you, you could look me up on Facebook.
I just
I
have a
could
different
do-
perspective. I mean, they might have been important to me at that point in time in my life, and I mean, I pretty much lost contact with most of my friends when I joined the military and I moved senior year and stuff. So, but I don't have any ill will towards people that went to the same school.
The
as
real
me.
question is, would you play games with them? And I say no. So, like, that's why.
I try to play a game
No.
with almost anybody except for Hitler.
Well, that's a different story.
It's not a secret.
That's
if you
later. That's
whisper
for
it.
later.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
That's why he's on my mind.
So, Tabletop Day passed. What did everybody do for Tabletop Day?
I chauffeured you to tabletop.
Well, let's not start with you, Richard.
Okay.
I played the world's largest game of Tetris,
Okay.
and that was me moving all my boxes of
You had a shitty tabletop day. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
it was-
way to cut me and go to him.
Yeah, I was like,
That was not a smart
So-
move on my part.
that's all right. That's all right.
Yikes, we should plan this better.
But I paid the upgrade for the cheat codes called moving people. So
Oh, well,
it took,
that's lovely.
took less than 2.5 hours to move my metric ton of games.
That's
I got to play some
fantastic.
games.
Yeah. What'd you end up playing?
Marvel Munchkin, or not Marvel Munchkin, X-Men Munchkin.
Okay.
And we played Suro, the
The
original.
original one.
The Will Wheaton
The
edition.
boring original one.
Yeah, it was really.
The one you
boring.
don't need after you get the Seven Seas version.
Yeah,
It's definitely was the first one, you could tell. I was very confused. I'm like, so there's no, like, dragons chasing you, or just trying to, like, get the other people to run off, or, like, not run into them?
There's less murder in this game? What?
Well,
it's more backstabby than.
yeah, you're actually trying to physically, like, make the other people go off or run into, like, are you trying to make them run into each other? Where the other one, like, you're almost just like, everyone run from the dragon, the sea monsters, run!
I
run.
always go straight for the dragon.
He does. He
He does
really
like to chase the dragon. Ride the white pony.
That's a different story, though.
It's two different drugs.
Ride
It's a
the
different
pony
story.
dragon.
Not if
Well,
you,
there you go. Not if you use them at the same time.
that would be a
Wonder
weird
why.
combo.
Then you die. But sure.
I'm just gonna hallucinate, like,
Hey,
quickly,
you'll have the best
quick
time
hallucinations.
once. That's all
I can
you
only
need.
do this trick one time.
That's all you need is that one time.
Yeah, but it wasn't fun. I didn't like it.
Yeah, you didn't
But
like
the
it.
older
the-
Suro.
yeah, the
I think
original.
if we would have played that one first, it would have been like, oh, this is interesting. But yeah, having played the second one,
It's kind of like playing Seven Wonders without the expansions. Like I don't even know how to
Oh,
do that.
it's basically chess light.
Chest light, right.
If we're gonna bring back all the old jokes,
I don't know. I kind of like Suro just by itself, but I actually never played the Seas.
Do you like
game
vanilla
version.
ice cream?
I like vanilla ice cream.
okay.
But
But
the
the-
difference is
if you haven't played this,
You're gonna
the second
ruin
one-
it for yourself. So, like, don't play the other one.
Seven
Well, I
Seas
actually don't
has-
own it, so
Well, we have it, but the Seven Seas has sea monsters in the middle, and you roll dice to see if they move. And when they move a square left, right, up, down. So they kind of chase you. So there's a little bit more random variance, and then occasionally you can spawn a new one just randomly out on the board. So you could be going your happy little way, like, oh, I'm going to go hide in the middle, and no one can touch me here. And all of a sudden, boom!
Oh my god.
It's a little loud.
God, I just piddled.
Ow.
My hairless
So
dog just lost her hair.
when the sea monsters do take over an area, they remove that tile from the board and anything
So they
on
start
it.
eating tiles. So like,
So that
what was a
person
great
would be
plan?
out.
You can get like kind of marooned. You're like, oh, good. I only have these two tiles to look at. This is
Right.
great. Like, how do I build off
Well,
that?
I
You can
have.
get Maroon 5'd.
See, oh boy! All right,
You are reaching, Dad.
Thunderdome been activated.
Oh, no, not that one.
But I have a game called Octotiles, which is kind of like a cross between Suro and Chinese checkers. So you've got like five guys you have to get across the board.
I've eaten there.
That five guys.
Five
Nice,
guys.
nice.
Chinese Chinese checkers.
do we have a
mix-
tally board of how many puns and
It's
dad
gonna
jokes
be
he's
a
given?
rough one because
Guys, don't punish me for this.
oh my god.
Anyway,
Speechless.
but I like it better because you're
So good,
it's
but so
totally intentionally about giving them the tile they don't want, so they can't get to the other
Okay.
side.
Kind of like Secret Hitler.
There's so many screw your neighbor games that at this point in time, I'm just worried I'm going to have child support.
That should just be a game. Screw your neighbor. Don't get caught.
There's probably
I think that is a game in a
pornography
lot of
game like
places.
that. Yeah, pretty sure.
Depends on what your
Pretty
neighbors
sure.
look like, I guess, if you really
Like,
want to win that game.
I think you put your keys in that
I
bowl.
won, I guess.
That's how you start the
I
game.
guess I win, and my prize is chlamydia.
There's a clear plastic bowl that comes with the game, and
That's right. And then you just put it
cardboard
out,
keys
right?
that
And you
have
all
to
put them in
draw
there,
on.
right?
This isn't the
So-
70s, guys. Calm down.
All right. Well, did we play anything else for Tabletop Day? I did
all we
demos for
played.
Steve Jackson, so like I can't even remember
feel
what
like
all
I
I
played
did.
something else too. I know we played Suro. I thought I played 2-card games. No, maybe not.
Not with.
Okay.
no.
But we were down.
Oh
at,
well, we played.
We were
I
at
played
Game Depot.
Munchkin Moop.
Yeah,
What is it? Moops,
yeah.
Menagerie. What is it? Moops?
Whoa.
Oops,
Menage a trois.
Menagerie is not a dirty
That's
word.
the next-
but
that's the
menage
next
a trois
Munchkin.
is.
I mean, are there
Moops
like,
smash up.
I'm
Yes.
assuming there's
It's your
like
game. Mention it, woman.
I'm assuming
I just like
there's
seeing you struggle.
She does.
She does.
struggle.
I'm assuming there's awkward combinations of Munchkin games that you could put together, and it's just like kind of awkward to play. Like you
Like Munchkin Twister? Or,
Well,
like-
There's always
then
gonna
you
be-
screw your neighbor for real.
Yeah, I'm sure there are definitely awkward combinations, but I always thought it was cool that you could do stuff like Munchkin
right
Foodie,
blank here.
and then like
Yeah.
like Munchkin Food, and you could do like ninjas versus like pirates and stuff, and finally enact some of those classic battles that you always wanted to watch.
Like Pirates versus Ninjas or something.
I have not that Steve Jackson needs more ideas for Munchkin product.
He
but
does.
I think
He's
you
trying to put his
should
kids
do-
through college again.
again, the grandkids through college.
Great grandkids.
But you should do a spinner with all the different Munchkin. You could just have different
I
stickers.
think that
you
game's
could
called
put on there.
Smash Up.
And then you just spin it to pick which.
To pick which ones you put together.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people do put different Munchkin games together, but I personally don't. I don't like my Munchkins touching each other. So,
Well, no one
Yeah.
does.
so I keep them all separate and I don't put them together. But a popular one is the Space and Pirates, and for
Right, 'cause
reasons that I
it's-
cannot say why. We cannot legally say why.
Oh, it's
Yes.
definitely not like a space cowboy opera
Yeah.
that was on
Canceled
TV briefly for like
one season, but definitely
That had a
cannot
movie
say at all.
They had
attached to
certain
it.
color coats.
But I heard that one is
Yeah.
extremely popular to do.
light black coats.
Yeah, and then
that are kind of a darkish.
now
muddy
that
color.
Marvel
You'd say
Munchkin
tannish.
and X-Men are out, I'm sure those will be
That's
put together
racist.
really easily as well.
Licensing be damned.
Right.
I'm waiting for Ice Pirate Munchkin.
Ice Pirate
Yeah.
Munchkin.
I want
That's going to
Fireball
be a
Island
15 card
Munchkin.
expansion for it, yeah.
Face herpes.
Space herpes, nice. That's solid. Yeah. That's going in the beginning.
Only every once or twice a month. Space herpes.
All right, so we also got
Like an actual creature.
Phoenix Comicon coming up. So what is everybody doing for Phoenix Comicon? That's like this
Your
week.
mom. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Wow, that is dirty.
Yeah, we know.
Munchkin
We know.
Twister.
Don't make it
Mom.
weird. Probably playing games, probably, and then going to the vendor hall. I've already got a list of stuff people want me to buy for them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
People who don't want to buy the ticket, they just want stuff from the vendor hall because the guy who did Iron Maiden's mascot's going to be there. So people are looking for some of Eddie's work of Eddie, the skeleton.
I'm running 3 RPGs, one on each day,
Is he more of a ghoul?
or except
Thank
for
you
Sunday.
for clarifying.
Are they going to all be like the same one or
No,
different ones?
So I'm running Dread on Thursday. So Dread's the tower Jenga based.
Right.
Yeah, basically, what you do with Dread is you've got. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to start that right away, and then I'm
It
playing.
never
Then I'm
ended.
going to run Deadlands Fiasco, which
Okay.
is Weird West using the Fiasco
Right.
rules. Which what could possibly go wrong? And then I'm running Fall of Magic on Saturday.
Okay, I haven't played Fall of Magic.
Do you know about Fall of Magic?
No, I don't.
Okay, so Fall of Magic is it's a little hipster, even for some hipsters, I guess. But like, it's a pure storytelling game. So there's no dice involved. Actually, there's one die, but it doesn't really matter. And you
It's
have
just included for looks.
there's a 6 foot
The
scroll.
one-sided die.
There's a 6 foot scroll that's a map.
I thought you said skull.
Oh, okay, I know which one you're talking
and
about.
it's a hand screen printed map, and then there's an underworld on the back side of the map, and there's an ocean you have to get across.
Oh, I
And,
think I've actually, I saw that one.
and
I saw that at
basically
Easy Game Fair. Somebody was trying to tell me all about it. They said it was really good.
it is amazing. It is really, really amazing because what you're doing is you're playing 4 characters who are following the Magi on either the magic is dying, and you're either trying to stop the Magi or you're trying to help the Magi or whatever, and everybody is going to these locations and describing what there's prompts on there and
Right. Well,
So,
those
like-
are 3 really unique RPGs that I think people can get into very easily and not have a bunch of problems figuring stuff out, you know?
And that's why I run them at cons, because
Yeah.
I think they're really easy to drop anybody
It's like a good
into.
opening to RPGs, you know?
What types of games are you going to be running for Steve Jackson?
Oh, all of the
Is
Munchkins.
there going to be a Munchkin tournament, or
I don't think we're doing the Munchkin tournament this year, but there will be plenty of Munchkin. There will be plenty of GURPS going on.
Right.
I'm personally running Munchkin games, and I'm doing it Thursday.
are you doing any of the
Friday and
non-Munchkin
Saturday?
games like Revolution, or not?
No, not this
personally?
year, not personally, but there will be like non-Munchkin games there as
Right.
well, like the Revolution and the Castellan and
Stars Are
dice
Right
games.
seem to show up
Yeah,
every once in a
Stars
while.
Are Right stuff shows up, but
Should
yeah,
bust out,
there
like,
will be
the Nook
those
or
other
something.
ones. Yeah, and lots of GURPS, you know.
Yeah. I agree. I will just be playing games. I will just be there on the free ticket
And then, yeah, and you will
on
loaf.
the back of
you
her,
will loaf.
of her work.
Yeah, definitely. Just Colleen, any plans?
Was not planning to attend this time. Maybe we'll show up and play some games.
Inappropriate.
I mean,
That seems
know.
maybe if they had some good guests this year.
How are we going to podcast at Phoenix Comicon if you're not going to be there?
Oh, well.
Well, if you tell them there's going to be a podcast, they would come for that.
I was going to do some panel talks there on the podcast, but it didn't work out.
Oh my God.
That was the
Okay.
original plan.
Okay, so here's the story with the panels. This really pisses me off. So, I was originally talking to somebody, and we were going to do 3 panels. I did 2 panels last year, and I had everything figured out. I have all the notes done and everything. And then, they went through that whole where they were going to hire people instead of having volunteers. So, whoever was previously on there quit. Why is everybody laughing? What's going
I'm like taking the dog under the table, and I'm like, I was petting her instead of the dog.
okay. So basically, I had to restart the whole process, and when I restarted the whole process, nobody got back to me. And then, what was it? Somebody finally messaged me back, and this was like, I'd tried contacting them, couldn't get a hold of
Right,
them.
it was a long time after.
Yeah, and then
you'd already agreed to do Steve Jackson games
right, and
instead.
so I had already did my whole schedule for gaming and everything.
And
I'm
you
like, all right,
doubled up
you guys
last
are
year,
missing
and
your
it was-
opportunity to get us to do panels here.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, well, we're having best of panels and we want you to come out and do them. And I was like, all right, I'll do panels, we'll get it set up. And then they didn't message me back again.
Oh, wow. So
And
that's
then
a
I
lot.
messaged them again, and I was like, hey, are we going to do this? I have my gaming schedule. I need to know times
I think
and
there's
stuff.
just so much flux that there's just a lot of stuff probably fell through the
Yeah,
cracks.
so they didn't message me back again until it was maybe 3 weeks out, and at that point I'm like, I can't do this. It's too much bullshit. And yeah, it was very upsetting this year for Comic-Con. I hope everybody else's experience did not go like that, but
I was going to be on not just the panels you were organizing, but one for Jim and Crit Hit and a couple and the local podcasters one, and that kind of all fell through too. So
did it? Yeah.
I'll be interested to see how it actually
How the panels and stuff
how
are
everything for you guys
Turns out.
Right, it's one of those things you hope it runs well, but there's been a lot of strife, so
Yeah.
there's probably going to be some issues somewhere.
it looks like there are way less panels this year.
Yeah, well,
I was
absolutely.
looking at the schedule, kind of trying to see if I could find what you were doing.
Yeah.
and what
But if
other
everyone's
people-
been having the same type of
But,
issues,
yeah.
I'm sure that's,
it was very, very.
I have a
shallow this
coworker
year.
going to
It was
all
very
4
sad.
days, and I'll be interested to see his take on it. 'cause-
Yeah, it'll be really interesting seeing
'cause I know he
everybody's
likes
take on
to
it.
see the panels and stuff.
Right. Yeah, because, my panel for Intro to Gaming was packed last year. There were people standing up in the back and stuff for that thing.
Well, if you want, they
And-
could I'll just replay it for them. They can just come
okay.
to your table and I'll
Oh,
give
there
them a
you go.
panel.
So that
It'll
was
be about
really
whatever I want,
disappointing.
so
That was
probably
really
just
disappointing.
Magic.
Yeah.
I'll be giving free
yeah.
magic panels and seminars. At the
But
table.
I will be running games. When Richard will be running games.
Yeah,
So there
and-
we
and-
will be doing games. And
Here's a secret: you don't have to have a badge to go to gaming. Just go into the gaming.
that's true. It's true. Just go. It's over at the Marriott.
I can't
Hyatt.
The
condone
Hyatt.
this.
That's right. The Hyatt.
Just go to the Hyatt.
Right next to Networks. And you can check out the event if you possibly want to go.
Yeah, you can just hang out in the lobby.
Now we're
Yeah.
that podcast.
Where
Yeah.
the gaming is
now
at.
we're that podcast.
I mean, do we want to cut that out? No, probably not. But
Well,
Is this going to air before then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to
yeah.
try to have it done soon.
Oh, okay.
The gaming portion of it, too, is organized separate from Comic-Con organization and people, so the gaming will probably be pretty solid.
So the
It'll be
people
put
that
together.
are doing the games aren't the same people that like. They're not part of the Blue Ribbon or any of that, or did you still have to?
No,
You
the
have to be
people.
part of an organization.
The people that are doing the games are not.
What organization are you part of? Like, are you
Crit Hit.
Crit Hit. Okay, and then she's
Yeah.
Steve Jackson.
Steve
So
Jackson,
the
and
Men
then
in Black. The
we're
Maidens in
all
Black.
organized under the Magic Meeple people. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Magic
doing all the
Meeple
stuff.
people?
Yeah, the Magic Meeple people.
Yeah, that's
that like
actually
a
a much
purple
better
people
name for
eater?
their.
I was gonna say it sounds like a good nickname for your junk. You know, like, they call it the Magic Meeple.
But yeah,
Wanna roll some
so
dice on the Magic Meeple girl.
well, it's nice that we weren't. I mean, because could you imagine gaming being organized by Phoenix Comicon right now with the way panels were organized? So, gaming is solid this year, guys. Like, don't worry about it. If you can't find a panel or something to do over there, come over and game with us.
Yeah.
I'll be playing Spades, CeeLo, all kinds of jailhouse games.
We did have some.
Shiv.
Rolling about.
Pruno.
Craps in the corner.
Making Pruno.
Yeah, I will be
You're gonna
making
crap in the corner.
playing craps in the
Oh,
corner.
okay.
Jesus.
It's a new
I know
game.
you watch stuff where they make poop wine and stuff, Colleen, but that's not what we're talking about.
Gross. God.
I think I watched that too.
It's supposed to heal you really, really well, according to the Asian population. So
Those.
All of them, they all agreed that
Yeah.
poop wine is the wine to go for.
apparently,
We also played in some new games. We played Secret Hitler.
Secret Hitler.
We should just call that I Prophet Hitler because he was Hitler both times.
Yeah.
That makes him
The last
Mecha
time we
Hitler.
played.
It's a rule
Just
we kind of
kidding,
made up.
for real.
Yeah, if you Hitler twice, you become
I
Mecha
Prophet
Hitler.
apparently has German heritage.
But the fascists lost
you?
twice, so I don't know how that worked.
Yeah, the liberals won both.
I was actually,
yeah.
I'm actually a dual citizen. I used to be.
Nobody cares about your dual citizenship.
People care.
You can't even speak German, so
Doesn't matter. I had dual citizenship until I was 18.
Then you have the Germans make you choose.
No,
No,
the
Army does.
Americans did.
yeah.
I
Could
see.
not join the selective service. You had to decide and
Oh, that makes
state
sense.
one or the other, and that's when I lost it.
But
Totally worth it.
so Secret Hitler, you're trying to prevent Hitler.
Regrets.
Trying to prevent Hitler from being elected or
Too late. That already happened.
elected chancellor or become
to become president, right?
No, just chancellor.
Chancellor, that's right.
And preventing 6 fascist policies from being enacted. And if you're the liberals, you want to get 6 liberal policies enacted
Or shoot Hitler.
or kill Hitler. Because
Yeah.
you can. There are powers that
Yeah.
when you enact enough fascist policies to be able to.
It's like
Start
playing-
murdering people.
Right, it's
murder
like playing
people.
a game version of what's going on in the politics right now. It's
That's
great.
right. Yeah.
That's
If you like the
murder so
the
far.
whole like Trump, not never Trump thing going on right now, like that's your jam, and you want to do it on the side. Secret Hitler's just for
Well,
you.
the Kickstarter version had the stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Secret
you
Trump.
don't even
The
need
Secret
it though.
Trump,
You just
yeah.
replace the name. It's pretty easy.
You-
I'm just saying, if that's like your jam, and you're like, I need more of this type
I
of
need
politics in
more
my life.
politics in my life.
Let's do it. Let's play it as a game too.
Should do it with family. That should work out.
Oh,
Well-
that should
But-
work out great.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So you're trying.
You're
It's
like, oh, the fascist policies mean you lose. They're like, I don't think we lost. You're like, awkward. Grandma's.
It is a
crazy.
social deduction game, though. It's actually a very simple social deduction game. I would say it's probably one of the more simple mechanics-wise, of it.
and
Well,
but
none of those mechanics are super hard. I mean, like werewolves, like you just play.
I
with a
don't
pack
know.
of
Your
cards.
mom freaking had problem with
Yeah, but my
the
mom also doesn't
resistant-
really
or-
game. She's played Scrabble for 20 years straight, and she's like, "That's a great game." And like, that's the only that's her thing. That and like Pictionary. She's probably played 5
Well, I'm saying
different
that
games
some
in her
people
life.
can, in fact,
maybe.
get confused, and this seems like it was very straightforward.
I think it was supposed to be more about. I mean, because you go up to 10 players. We were playing with 5, just us.
Right.
But like, the more people you have, the more kind
You
of
had
cross.
5 players.
Oh gosh.
This again. We had 4 players, and ties mean you fail an election, which means there's a tracker that you eventually start just enacting policies. but the more I played with 10 people.
Did you? Okay.
And the more people there are, the more question who is what.
It's harder to tell.
Are there more than just one other fascist, or is it still just one?
There's if you have 10 people, there's 4 fascists.
Oh,
But probably more stuff moves around there, because one thing when you have like a more limited pool, like it's easier to kind of see trends and stuff.
Right,
like that.
I was Chancellor like 3 or 4 times during that first game. It was a lot. I was Chancelloring it up.
How'd everybody like the game?
I mean, personal opinion, I feel like it's basically the Resistance. But if you don't have the Resistance or Avalon, I mean, why not? It's just a different theme on the same idea to me.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I think the production values make it more worth it
Yes,
than the
it's definitely
very
Resistance
pretty.
and
production
Avalon.
value.
Yeah.
And also, I like the theme more than the other two, because I think that it especially in these political times, like it becomes that like, well, you've got no choice. You have to do this thing. Like versus like
There's a little bit more random variance in this one.
Yeah, so
Because you can get 3 fascist policies, and even though you're a libertarian, you can't, or you're a liberal. Sorry. Even though you're a liberal, you have no choice but to give them a fascist policy to put out.
right, and that leads false trails where in
Right.
Resistance
That's
you
true.
don't really have that option, if I recall correctly.
Right, there's
Right.
not.
So
You can false trail somewhat by like if you're one of the
but I
one
think
of the,
all-
from the organization, you can technically like let a mission pass and be
Well,
like, see guys, it's
Leading
totally
the
good.
false trails there is more open, because like if in the Resistance, you pick X amount of people to go on the mission, then you have, okay, well, one of those 3 people failed.
Right.
So it's not as
it's not as obvious.
yeah, I like the social deduction portion of this one, I think a little bit more, but with 5 people it was really easy for me to figure out.
I
So
didn't
easy,
like
you
it.
got shot the first game.
Eh.
I totally know who it is. Pew! Just kidding, I'm dead.
Well, that's why I got shot.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Did you give
Yeah.
him the look?
Yeah.
Give an eye prophet look like
I Prophet knew.
Well,
He
good
tried
job-
to tank me, and then he
as a
knew.
good guy, way to let everybody know who it was, or just be
I
quiet
did.
and just get
Whenever
shot.
he freaking picked me, I put 9.
Oh, that told me everything.
Yeah,
That's true.
You should have been. Did you look into my eyes?
No, we're just used to you being the secret evil person. So
Right. I was like applauding this murder. I'm like, yeah, this seems good. She's always the
Yes,
bad guy.
definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
was our
if
fellow
you
liberal.
were a fascist or Hitler, and I think we might have been able to pull it off. But like, I think we were trying to be a little more subtle than I think we should have been.
It's,
I don't
Too
think
subtle.
I've
And,
Too
like-
subtle.
I don't think I've
John
ever
did a
lost a resistance when I've been the spy ever, except for that time with my mom who didn't understand it.
See, I don't like these types of games.
You don't like the
I'm
social
not,
deduction portion.
I am a horrible liar.
She's just too
iProfit
true.
is
Too true.
amazing at just being
A liar.
a liar, and he's
iProfit's a fantastic.
You want to talk
liar.
about some deception and some backstabbing?
It's-
my
yeah.
wife. Woo! Let me tell you.
But he's really good at those, and even when he's a good guy, I think he's a bad guy because I just can't trust anything he says because and he's always and fair enough. This time he was Hitler twice, so
So maybe not trusting him was the right thing to do.
yeah, I executed him the first game.
I'm always Hitler.
I liked the game a lot. I thought it was a little bit simpler to understand, and I like the social deduction portion.
Well, let me pose it
and
this
I would
way.
definitely want to see.
You would play Secret Hitler over Resistance.
I would.
What about you? If you had to pick between the two.
I think this one's more game mechanic, where the other one's more kind of social. Like the Resistance, you're kind of just talking it up more. Where this one,
Right, which like Werewolf
there's-
is more talking it up. So Resistance is kind of like in between the two.
right. I think it's closer to more like a board game, where the other ones are more just like you're just kind of joking around and talking.
So are you a Resistance fighter or are you Secret Hitler?
I said I'm always Hitler.
Okay. Secret Hitler then? Just Colleen, what do you think? Resistance or Secret Hitler?
Razor blades to my wrist.
Okay, let me ask you this. Magic the Gathering, Secret Hitler or Resistance?
You know, I had a really good time last weekend watching the Pro Tour.
Was his
with
shirt off the whole
iProfit.
time or something? That was
His shirt is always off.
He was
If
dancing in
it's-
front
if
of the
he's at
screen.
home, it
Pro
is off.
Tour,
So for you,
baby.
it's like, put your shirt on. That's what gets me going. Cover them up.
No, not at all. But I had fun getting into
She wants
you
something
know
exotic.
the different
Yeah, put on 2 shirts.
the different decks.
So you have more to
and
take off.
So
Yeah, wear that one.
so I would say Magic over the
Magic.
Resistance
Oh wow,
or
God.
Hitler.
She really
Well,
hates.
so basically what you're saying is when
social
we
deduction.
crack that 2017 Modern Masters box for my birthday, I'll just bring Resistance and Secret Hitler with me. Be like, okay, we're gonna play this, and you're like, no, and I'll be like, I guess you're drafting Modern Masters.
You just screwed yourself.
I will do it.
Got screwed.
I will do it.
She always has her phone, so I'm sure it'll find
Secret Hitler or Resistance?
Secret Hitler.
Wow, I'm the only one
but-
Resistance then.
And one of the things about this is like
You're resistant.
I feel like both these games are better if you role play through the actual thing where you're actually and also drinking.
Well, anything's
So-
better
Yeah,
when you
that's
role
true.
play. I mean, that's just a given.
Well, that's true.
I
But,
just
like,
personally like Resistance more. It's a similar idea, but I like getting to take multiple people. I feel like there's just more to it. I feel
think
like
it
it's
would-
harder to deduct.
I think it would be more fun doing
Deduce.
a little bit more theme with it, like getting more into
When I played my policies, I said
doing
stuff.
yeah exactly doing more with the policies
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Because I mean, you can throw them down or you can say stuff.
Right.
you
Well,
know?
I've had boring games of Resistance too, where
that
like everyone's just
requires a
like,
lot of
my
friends.
mission
Right.
is like 5 of us get together and
Lots
we
of
just
drinks.
do something. I mean, I've had that too, where like they don't want to say what it is, but
Right.
I've had really funny versions of Resistance
Yeah.
too, where we do like what we
Absolutely.
snuck in and we replaced all the chocolate chip cookies with oatmeal raisin. Wasn't that one of the missions at one point?
Yeah, but then they kept going back on that. And
The
like,
first time
doing
was funny though.
I liked
Yeah.
the clear boards with the Sharpie things that we write on, or not
Of course you
Sharpies,
would,
yeah, the
because
dry
you're like
erase
a
boards.
stationary nerd.
Yeah,
Her and her mom spent like 45 minutes going over all these exotic pins she ordered from
pencils.
Like,
They were pencils,
oh
sir.
God, sorry. Pencils, and she's like, "Now try this one. This one's got a square eraser.
Look,
Check this
right
one
here.
out."
It's right here. This
Yeah.
is like the Grey Poupon of pencils. It's the black.
You know,
Wing
Grey Poupon's like
602.
$2, right? It's not that fancy.
Yeah, but no, you go out and you go, look at my Blackwing pencil.
What's the darkness of the lead on that?
I have no fucking clue.
blacker than black. When
It's-
you write with it, it actually
when you
makes a
write
big
with
black
it,
hole.
you pretty much you have an orgasm. So yeah, so try not to write with it.
yeah, it's
Review
a
this
it's a
pencil.
pencil. She got real
It's
mad
the
when I
best
suggested we
pencil.
play pencils and we see who
What's
can
the
snap
thing
one
on
first.
it? There's a thing it says on it.
Jesus, I can't believe you guys are even bothering to look at a pencil. It's either number 2 or it's not.
Pressure, twice the speed.
Is that what it really says
That
on
is
it?
what it says on it.
God, they spent so long time. Like they went through like I think like 9, 10, maybe a baker's dozen worth of pencils. Just
Oh my
trying to
God.
what do you think about this pencil? I would draw with this pencil, but I wouldn't write like cursive with this pencil.
I mean,
Stop
like I
it. It's
can't
a
use
pencil.
half the pressure with this pencil.
It's
That's what I need.
ridiculous. They tried to get my daughter involved, and I was just like playing Russian roulette with myself. It was too much. I was like, shut up about pencils. I'm glad I brought it up so that it was the part of this.
Yeah, this
You
is
know,
fantastic.
there's
It's passed
a
on.
pencil store in New York.
That's where I got it from.
Yeah,
CW pencils.
special ordered
Hells
them.
yes.
Yeah.
We're like BFFs
I
now.
got this $6 gold pencil. It's not real gold. I don't care. It's lucky.
It's a
Why?
lucky pencil.
What?
It's a lucky pencil.
Yeah, well, I've got all kinds of lucky. This is my lucky chapstick. That's my lucky hairless dog.
I also got the goldfish autocrat.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. It's the worst. Let's get her talking about something you guys are more interested in, the thickness of boxes.
Like our bit boxes.
That was a good transition.
That was.
It was
If I didn't
not
point it
bad.
out,
was
maybe.
It was probably the best one she's done yet.
Yeah.
I mean, in comparison.
I had a good lead. I had a good lead to it. So,
Yeah, tell us more about sticking things in your box.
well, I have plenty of boxes now
Too
to stick
soon.
things into.
So we kickstarted Bitbox.
We did like a buttload of them.
Yeah, I said, we should probably.
Yeah.
I said, yeah.
So we're
she
talking about
brought them up.
boxes.
We looked at them.
How
I
much
said,
can you
we
fit
should
in your buttload of boxes?
Well,
I mean, look,
Sorry.
we're going to show you.
A lot
We're
of
gonna
pictures
show
of
you.
boxes on the internet.
That's
you know.
right. Well, these are the blackest of boxes.
Ooh.
How black is your heart?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Glory Hog.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say, when we looked at this Kickstarter, I told her, we should probably get like 1 or 2. And she interpreted that to mean to get 18.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get 18. I think we got 12.
1 or 2 pledge levels?
13.
Oh, well, that's
You
ridiculous.
so overshot.
Yeah. We only got 7 more than you agreed to, not 9 more. I can't math, so don't check me on that one. I forgot what numbers I used.
So, well, we have a smaller house, and we needed.
Wow, rude. It's not the size; it's what you do with it.
Well, that's true, and that's
Tiny
what we
house?
did with it. That's what we did with it. We put bit boxes in there so we could have more freaking games because the games were like to our ceiling, and now
I feel like that's
they're
more of
not.
a you buying games problem than the house being small
You
problem.
shut your mouth.
I mean, this
How
really-
many walls? How many rooms do you dedicate to board games in your house?
2
What's
rooms
the average?
now.
Okay, yeah,
2.
it is 2 now.
Well, this really comes back to like how poorly designed the space usage of a box for gaming is now. Like they're just
Absolutely.
like there's just
Preach on, brother.
I mean,
like Splendor,
Splendor, yeah.
with all your little
Bring Out Your
tokeny
Dead
chits.
was the worst. It
Oh.
was a board and then
my
like
God.
5 things.
Machi
in it.
Koro is way worse.
Yeah,
Carl's really
it's
bad.
really bad too.
It's really horrible.
Well, you find these big games
Well,
like
and you
Ticket
take
to
all
Ride
those
and stuff. You
down,
can shove them in a little like
and you put them in
400
this little
card
tiny box.
Well, unfortunately, the real reason why most of that is because of how it's presented on a shelf, and they're trying to get people to buy
Right.
it. So,
And some of it's
And
like
it
standard
pri-
boxes, easier.
Nothing
it's
is
easier to make your
worse
stuff
though
fit to a
than
standard size box.
you're like, yeah, I got this big game. You open up the box, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Well,
One deck of cards?
I did that with Imperial Assault.
Yeah.
So like I
Oh,
opened
that
it.
thing's not full.
No, it's like half full.
Oh,
That box is 6 inches.
Maybe
I
they're
think.
just-
Expensive game.
Maybe some of them. I think
It's
like
price point
Machi Koro
justification.
isn't. They
Well, they planned
They plan
for
for
expansions.
expansions.
They do.
Kind of like your Smash box, whatever.
yeah, but that was
Smash
a
up.
big geeky box, and there was
Yeah.
already like 8 expansions out by then. So you
yeah,
knew.
but even that is kind
It's,
of
yeah, it is. It's so big that
got,
they're
like,
like
so
smash ups. Like we're just gonna do one of everything, like plants, Deadpool, light switches, doorknobs. We don't
Yeah.
have anything
It's like
anymore.
one row, but it's still like one row. I mean, I'm a couple behind, but it's only like one. I use that as my bit box actually because I just stick a bunch of other card games in that same box, and
Wow, mix and match.
yeah,
You like it dirty?
I do. Anyway,
Which reminds me, you know what? Who has our Red Dragon in?
It's over there on the shelf.
Is it really? Oh,
Yeah,
it's in
it's
another big
that
box. Isn't it?
gigantic
Okay, I was
big
thinking
red
of all the
box.
boxes
that's
I'd
going to
gone
be your
through.
problem is finding all this
Yeah.
stuff. You gotta
Have you
really label
organized
it.
Right,
your
right.
card catalog and Dewey Decimal System?
I have
yet?
not yet, so I put them
I
in
told her to
there
alphabetize them, but
first.
she doesn't listen to me.
And well, no, you can't alphabetize them because
She got
there's, like,
excited.
the
RFID
boxes.
'em.
She got excited, started shoving
That's
stuff
right.
in her box, and then
That's right. I'll get up there with a little scanning gun.
just hasn't
on my
organized
on my
it yet.
Phone. Yeah, you do lose the fact that you don't see the pictures on the boxes. Which I think
Very
like when you're
visual.
looking for a game, you don't get that. But I think I'm
what
going to
are you
make
doing with the
stickers.
box? What are you doing with the boxes?
That's in our second box room, like the room for just the boxes.
Well, I
now.
think I'm going to get rid of the boxes. Right now, I'm not for sure, so they're in the other
Should
room.
make a sculpture out of it.
I don't know. That would take up a lot of room.
if you are getting
cover
rid
like
of
my
them,
wall.
you could take cut them and put that on the
That's
outside.
what I said. Yeah, you could cut off a piece and put on the outside or something. We've also talked about
Identifier.
just getting like labels and printing,
like
you
pictures
know.
of the
Right.
boxes on
like a little
them.
small
Like a thumbnail.
Yeah, exactly, and just like stick those on there,
Jinx.
right?
Play Russian nesting dolls
Only a
with the
clue.
boxes.
There you go.
So you like
That's
try to
what
find the
she said.
perfect amount of the perfect size. There's boxes that are the same size, but you can find a lot of boxes that'll fit inside other boxes.
Well, as you're putting them in there, the whole thing with having the 4 pull-out boxes for your games, and then the top 2 portions are just for your boards. So, like, the board portion tends to fill up really fast, and so you're kind of trying to mix and match, like, games that don't have boards with games that do have boards.
Especially large
Because,
boards.
yeah, and so that was my biggest problem. I was like, ooh, I should have gotten one of the boxes that was just meant for boards, and that would have helped out some. But, I mean, you don't really know until you start doing
You
it.
just have to get some more.
Yeah, we'll just have to get some more. It's fine.
Great.
It's fine. This is fine.
And then when the bank comes and takes our house, we can just live in the bit boxes.
should
It'll be fine.
employ me, basically. And I'll just keep buying games and I'll test them for them. So, Bitbox.
At Bitbox, hit me up.
Could just sponsor the podcast.
Yeah, hit me up. Hit us up at
I do have to say I really like the
MrGloryHoundd.com.
Bitboxes because we were going to my dad's house and we threw like trekking Truck in the Parks, and we threw like a Greedy Goblins.
About
that
3 or 4 games
It
in
only
there.
took up it didn't even take up a full half of like the travel
The
box
travel
we've got.
box, yeah.
So we could have probably taken like upwards of 6-7 games with us, because there were games that normally were large, normal size boxes that you would expect, but once you take the board out, just the actual components, the bits were so small that you could take multiple games with you.
What you're saying is that now you guys will be more portable and you can come over more.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, as long as we put my
absolutely.
daughter
We
in
can-
one of the boxes,
yeah,
we're good
we
to
can
go.
do all sorts of
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
fold her up.
That's
She's
the
tiny.
biggest issue.
Put her in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, we can travel with more games than we've had before.
Have games will travel.
That's right.
Have games we'll invite over.
All right, so we gotta go on intermission, guys. Intermission, yeah. Woo.
Intermission's over, bitch. Whoa! Is that a test?
Who likes Kickstarters? Who's a super backer? I am.
We backed like 3 things.
Welcome to the club.
Yes.
I'll teach you the handshake later. But actually, hilariously, I'm not backing anything right now.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things I had found out that you have to back so many projects within a year.
How'd you find that out? Did I looked it up for you because I was tired of you complaining about not being a super record? I think that's how that happened.
And so it kept pissing me off that other people like
Yeah, I
that
know.
who didn't back as many things would have super backer status. And I feel like I deserve motherfucking super backer status.
I guess it's a good thing I backed you and looked it up for you.
Wow, that's dirty, sir.
You have her back.
Yeah. Both sides.
I
Well,
have super hunchbacker.
Just
you
nice.
could
Go back on intermission, sir.
you could possibly back Heroes of
He
Land, Air,
wasn't
and
ready.
Sea.
We took him out
Wow.
too soon.
So Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea is back on Kickstarter.
It's back.
New prices. New.
Are the prices better? Or
Yeah.
the same-ish?
No, the prices are better.
No.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough.
But it's like
What
new,
else is on
new
Kickstarter?
prices, new
Oh.
deals. Before, he had them set up with so many different options that you could pick. But now it's just 2 options.
What
So
are they?
you can get the base set,
Okay.
or you can get like the deluxe set. So
And the deluxe set's pre-painted?
no, the deluxe set has more factions in it. Like I think 2 more factions.
4.
Well, yeah, it
think-
comes with 2 factions, and then you get 2 more in the deluxe set, right?
Yeah. No, I think there's 4 more in the deluxe, actually.
Really? I thought it
Yeah.
was like I thought they
I,
were
I
only
may be
doing.
I may be mistaken.
What's the price difference between the 2?
So if you want the base game, it's $79, and if you want,
That is a pretty good price. For
it's
how
a
big that
really
is.
good
Yeah.
price for the base game. I mean, I was surprised because you get really fantastic looking miniature figures there. And then if you want all of the factions that they have with it, it's $139.
Okay.
Also, they have painting where you can get all the figures painted, which was an extra cost. But I believe, it's less expensive if you get just the regular version, and
It was
then more
like 20.
expensive for the other one.
I think it was $25 for the regular version and 50 for the deluxe.
For the deluxe one.
But that seems wow.
It was-
that's
it's
$2. That's like
nothing.
less than
It's
$2 a
nothing.
figure.
Really.
That's, I hope
Yeah.
those. Well, never mind.
Sounds, sounds worth it to me because
Right, if you want to
Definitely.
paint it, then definitely.
Well,
yeah,
and
because you run out of time to just paint
if
stuff.
you
It's like, do
go-
I want to paint these for my game, or do I want to actually just play a game?
Yeah.
if you go and look at the site and everything, I mean, the game is going to be huge. It's going to be a huge game. They have all these ships that you can take across the sea that, that you build up, and you build up all your towers and everything. Like, the game is freaking huge.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. Like, literally, that's what I said.
What are the different factions?
One of them, I believe, was Lizardmen.
I don't know. I'm gonna need a complete rundown of every
there's,
single faction.
Orcs, humans, elves, dwarves,
Humies.
Those are the base
Oh,
set
okay.
ones.
That's the
Orcs are the
And then
orkiest.
I remember there was lizardmen and goblins
Yeah.
of the deluxe
And then there's
expansion or
then there are
whatever.
the
Okay.
Caucasians from Caucasia.
Those are the humans. The humans are the Caucasians from Caucasia.
Why humans
That's
always gotta be
racist.
white? I can't.
I don't know. I don't know if how they'll paint them. I don't know. There's got to be like dark elves.
They
in there or
they really
something?
need like a race check mark in their survey. That would be really. They go over really well.
I feel like this is taking a dark turn, guys.
I mean, doesn't
a
this
pun?
always go to a dark turn?
Yeah, it does. It does. That's just where we go. That's where we go. You have 10 days left to go and get it, and I mean it's already funded, so you're gonna get your stuff and everything. And Gameland Games does a good job at getting your product out to you on time, like a really good job comparatively to some other companies. So I mean, I hope that they'll have the same process with this much larger game.
Yes.
Is everybody asleep
I
now?
know.
Oh my god.
I'm awake.
We also had Zombie Tsunami that we were looking at, and that is a Lucky Duck game. So the same people that did
Vikings Gone Wild.
Vikings Gone Wild, and they're kind of throwing app-based games.
I heard that as fuckings go wild. So.
Well, that too. I mean, you can
hear
play
that
it
word
whatever
a
way you
lot.
want.
Well,
you can
that's
play whatever way
Lucky
you want.
Duck.
I said quack after that, and then you said fucking's gone wild. So it was you, sir. You brought this podcast down.
I like to think I
This is
bring
why we
everything
can't be
down.
on YouTube. God.
Oh,
We could totally be on YouTube. We could totally be on
the
YouTube.
pineapple episode.
We're just not gonna like.
So
It's
I'm
gonna
not
be
going to
huge.
censor myself. You guys need raw, uninhibited jokes right at your face area.
wow. Multiple times.
Open up those face orifices for my words that I
I
speak.
think that's you porn, not
Yeah.
YouTube you're talking about.
So
Whatever floats your boats.
So sorry, back to
Zombie
Zombie
Tsunami. They're taking app-based games and making them into board games.
Do you like that game on your phone? Great, play it as a board game.
Yeah, I like that game on my phone.
You know what would make that game on your phone better? A board.
If you
and
played
some
it,
cards.
if you played it as a board game while
And some
playing the
cubes.
game on your
Like Farmville
phone.
or
And some
something?
green painted cubes that have zombie faces on them.
Actually, Vikings Gone Wild on the app. The app is really good. But anyway, so Zombie Tsunami. It seems to me like it would make a perfect drinking game. Yeah, it's social
also-
looking, super social looking.
If you're talking about the best drinking game, though,
Which-
Life is a great drinking game. Like every time I play Life, or I'm just awake, I just like to drink.
You're like, take a shot.
I open my eyes, take a shot, stand up, drink, sit down, drink. So
You have to be playing against somebody.
I thought you
I'm
meant.
playing
can't just-
against the
I thought we were
devil.
talking about the game where you get the little car and you put little pegs. in
That
it.
one too.
That's what I thought at
If
first.
you get knocked up, drink.
You're gonna
You get a
need one of
promotion,
these.
drink. You roll the dice, drink. You flip the spinner, drink.
You could make
Just
any
drink.
game into
Well,
drink.
you
Yeah,
just
I know.
stop
There,
playing
people
the
always
game
go,
soon.
that'd
Yeah.
be a great drinking game. Like any game could just be a drinking game, or you could just drink alone in your bathroom by yourself. Whatever, just drink. That's the important thing.
I feel like I missed an opportunity while I was in the long extended stay hotel of just like sitting there with a bottle of bourbon watching awful TV by myself.
From in your bathtub. That's how you do it.
From
Yeah.
in your bathtub.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
could be the bathtub too. Yeah.
Drink.
The eye prophet like look and just nod.
Yeah. He got real close and nodded.
I thought it was. I mean, it kind of looked like a kid's game. I'm just gonna.
It honestly, it didn't
really
look
like a. Yeah.
There's some
hard
cards,
to play.
but
It didn't look
there's-
hard to play.
Yeah, they
That's
had
why-
dice that were like the dice are zombies.
That's why I thought drinking game. I was like, this will be easy until you lose
Seemed
your
a little
zombies. Until you
Hokey
lose your
pokey.
zombies.
Well, is it kind of more like fun, like do it at a party with mixed company? Those
Yeah.
people in the video pointing,
They
and
were
laughing,
really
they were
happy,
really
and
into
I'm
it.
sure they had a bowl of keys somewhere. So
They were a bit over enthusiastic, I
kids there.
think. Yeah, those kids were kind of awkward too.
Well, kids,
Kids
but
are always awkward.
Right, but
It was very hokey video, but
It was.
It was
I don't know. I'm
fun.
kind of digging the Lucky Duck style though in general.
They make
the art or
beautiful
something?
looking
Yeah.
games. Yeah, like
It's
the
pretty
art's
funny.
good.
Like when you look at Vikings Gone Wild, the card game and the board game that's cards mostly, like the art's really funny. It's kind of
Yeah.
just a funny take on Vikings and stuff. So I'm sure the zombie one will be kind of
You
really
know,
good looking.
that style of art, I think, appeals more to everybody. There's plenty of, and by everybody, I mean the ladies, like girls like more
Ladies
of that.
like zombies, baby.
Well, no, they like
She's like
more of
everybody,
that
but specifically just ladies.
bubbly art. That
So
bubbly
you should
art.
just leave now while I finish this podcast.
We like
Ladies
tiny things too,
Yeah,
but
tiny
not
things,
everywhere.
chibi things, big eyes, that sort of stuff. So like,
I thought that was because like Arcadia Quest has chibis, but they seem to
Yeah.
be more geared towards
like
men.
anime, manga.
yeah,
type
but the
stuff, or-
chibis in Arcadia
they're
Quest
booby-
are extremely cute.
Boobalicious
Like
in
I
Arcadia.
think it also appeals more to women that way. I mean, scientifically, it would technically appeal more to women because women are the ones that have the babies and it's all maternal and all that bullshit. So, I mean, there's scientists behind that.
Right. Well, and
Right,
that's
when they're building
large
arca-
eyes and
Right.
certain features.
Right, when they're
you know,
building
are-
Arcadia Quest, they got into the science. They got some STEM
Well, no,
in there.
I'm just saying that particular type of art being on board games or on apps will draw more women overall, I think.
No, I think that's true. Like, guys would be more looking for like something, maybe grittier or
Right,
or
exactly.
darker
So
or-
like if you're
Blood
gonna
rage.
look
like-
at Grizzled or
Right.
you're gonna look at Zombie Tsunami, a guy might be more apt to try Grizzled because even though it has more of that like textured look to everything, and it's a game about war and everything, where a girl may be drawn more towards Zombie Tsunami because it's a popular theme.
and
it
they like
looks
zombies
cuter.
and touching their zombie butts.
Well, it has a cuter look to it, and it's very colorful and stuff. So I think that more game companies should look more at that art style. Because I mean, if you look at Puerto Rico, like if you just showed me that box, I would be like, I don't really.
I just think
know.
game companies need to
That's a
have
good game, though.
Should just have a style. Period. I mean, because everyone's going to be drawn to something different, but just having a style like Santorini's got a certain style, Sky's got a certain style, like Munchkin has its own very unique style. So it's just important they have a style. But there's a lot of games that are
Right.
like, this is a wood cube, and there's just nothing to
well,
it.
Right.
it's becoming more. It's going to be more and more
Right.
this direction.
It just started off with just cubes and
Euros.
stuff because you didn't need any of that stuff.
Well,
'cause-
and Euros tend to eschew that because they're more about the pure mechanics of it all. So
Right.
they want to they don't need meat shape a wood.
Right.
in
But you're
order
not
to-
going to make as much money, though. You're not
I
going to make
do.
as much money.
Well,
But they-
speaking of the meat shaped wood or whatever like that, you should at least make them like slightly different colors because I played with someone that seemed like they're a little colorblind. So
Well,
I had trouble telling
that's
them
definitely
apart.
like a design problem with a lot of games is color blindness. I think.
Right. So
Yeah.
so shouldn't shaped instead of just a straight cube? Isn't that
I think if it's
It'd be
possible
better.
to do it fiscally,
Be better.
like if it makes sense fiscally, they'll do it. But if some game companies are trying to get in
It's
as
just
cheap as they
easy,
can,
yeah.
especially if they're newer, so sometimes
I
you
think-
pay for
Sure.
what you
well,
get.
I think that
You get
the
what
way
you
the
pay for.
market is going, where board
Pay for
games
what
are
you
becoming
get.
more popular,
or it's stealing?
like
It's okay. We don't have an FBI director right now. You can steal everything you want. Pirate movies, go for
We
it.
kind of have an acting one. That's
Crap. I've got to go.
I think since board games are getting more popular and they're opening up more to the general public, that games are going to sell more that look like more stylized with those bigger faces, bigger eyes, because it's applying to a more broad audience of people,
Yeah, and especially you're talking about Puerto Rico. That's like 10 generations back in board game terms,
Yeah.
right? So, like, if they brought that out now, I suspect they probably would have not
Well,
necessarily gone with the
Like
same.
they had the anniversary edition that's fantastic looking, but I mean, why don't they just make it like the anniversary edition now?
Because
There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but think everybody would rebuy the game. I mean, I would rebuy it.
Well,
I would rebuy the game.
Good. I'm glad because that one gets played constantly. We probably need 2 copies.
I guess
I've never
you can
played
go to.
that
I
one.
guess you can go to Meeple Source or something and get the stuff for it.
Yeah, there's like
get the boats.
well,
the
there's
wooden boats.
so there's all kinds of companies. You got Broken Egg. You've got the company that we got all of our inserts from. There's tons of companies.
Broken
Top
Token.
Shelf. Yeah, there's Broken Token. There's Top Shelf. There's I think Dogmite's another one. There's Wormwood. There's a bazillion different companies out there.
Isn't that a band?
I don't know. There's
I'm
a
sure it
bazillion
is.
different
If not, it should
companies
be.
out there that are making
It's,
like custom pieces and stuff.
Worm fur.
No, I'm sure there's a band called Wormwood. But
Well-
I think you're right. I think that's as the market moves to less of the boy town and more to everybody, that
Right.
you'll get more and more
I
representation.
was in that band, Boytown.
Yeah, I think that the art will be huge.
I'd
for
like
games
to think
in the
I
future.
don't care about the art, but I
You do.
think I do.
It's instantaneously, the first thing you look at.
Right,
Yeah.
it can affect it. I just want all art to be Vikings with really big eyes. Apparently, I guess that's what draws me to it. I don't know.
Well,
I'm
I
just
know
not really. But
when I go and I
according to her.
look through the game store as a woman, the first thing I look at is the art. And if the art draws me in, then I'll read the back of the box. I mean, it's like looking for a book at the bookstore. Like,
See, I look
you
for
go,
theme.
you
It
look
Even
at
has
the
that
art.
shirtless guy on the cover.
That's right. You have the shirtless guy, and then you turn the book over and you go, "Oh, this
Yes,
is
please.
I do
the
think
wrong
they
type of
say
sex
that
for
men
me."
and women do
then you put
shop
it back.
differently, typically, because there's no one that's 100%, but typically shop differently. Because I look for the theme. Like I go, oh, there's Vikings on it, and then I'm like, maybe I'll read more. I'm like, oh, there's
Well,
pirates on it, maybe I'll read more.
and
or,
that's
or whatever
exactly
it is.
it, is-
If it's space, I'm like, maybe I don't care. You know, it's you got your own things that you're interested in, but the art doesn't have to be super great on the box. If it looks like it's got a theme, I might be interested.
Okay, so
in.
you like theme, Richard? What do you like when
I
you
would
look for
gun
something?
to your head. What do you like, theme or art?
You might have a different answer.
Boom!
I have
too late.
yeah, dead. I'm more of. I would say
Secret
I'm
Hitler
more
wins
of
again.
a. I almost go in. The art probably draws me in first.
Okay.
I'm less picky about what kind of theme it is. Like if it's farm theme, that's probably my least favorite of
Right.
the
Apocalyptic farm.
But there's a.
Well, there you go. I
but
like
there's
that.
this
You know that's where
I
you
like
get your
that.
food from, right?
But there's a game called we call it Coal Pimp, but it's
Coal pimp.
but it's basically a farmer who's mining coal as the beginning of this the coal
A
revolution.
farmer?
Mining
Yeah.
coal, and
In
then
his
he
fields.
prostitutes this coal out for sex.
It's a German game. They just
Does sound
produced-
German.
They just produced a new card
Get the
game.
Wiener
version.
Schnitzel.
Oh, is this the one with all the little carts? The coal
Yeah,
carts
yeah,
on
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
and,
and the art
and
is
the
not-
sex.
the
art's
art is-
Cards and
beautiful.
the sex.
But I played the German version.
Yeah.
Somebody brought back from Essen.
Yeah.
And we couldn't pronounce the German version, so we just
Okay.
call it Coal Pimp.
Okay.
But it was a fantastic game. But the art is the art is good for that kind of game, but it's not going to draw
I think
anybody
the guys
into
that
it.
were in Boytown ended up joining.
Going to coal pimp.
Yeah, becoming
Yeah.
coal
Joining.
pimps, probably.
Yeah.
Because they had to
older.
work out and they already had frosted tips.
So does that mean you are? Because you said
Ooh.
So,
I'm
so
figuring
what
that.
what do you guys art or theme or something completely different?
whatever somebody else says. Hey, let's play
Boom.
this.
Gun to your head, you're dead.
No,
Sorry, too
that's
late.
it. I don't have a preference.
So, like, when you go in the game store,
you're
there's
bi.
nothing that you go to look at? What would you go to look at?
I kind of do.
Oh, damn. So the digital recorder broke down just as Colleen was going to make an excellent point, which I forget right now. So we're going to do some honorable mentions, which Favorite Game Friday on Dice Tower and Epic Gaming Night on Instagram. Check out Mystery Dungeon 1000. It's a better show, trust me. Rate us on Stitcher and iTunes. We'll definitely read your review. We got really excited when we got that review last time. Also, Crit Hit, the local RPG/board game convention that's coming up in July, is going to pay what you want. That's really, really exciting. You should definitely check out crithit.com.
This has been a GloryHoundd production in association with Abnormal Entertainment. For more shows, game news, and amazing adventures, follow us at GloryHoundd.com, at GloryHoundd on Twitter, or In Glory We Trust on Facebook.
Head to abnormalentertainment.com for all of our podcasts and blogs. Go to cinemaheadcheese.com for our movie reviews and news. Don't forget our YouTube channels, Abnormal Podcast and Cinema Head Cheese. Get us on Twitter, @AbnormalPodcast, and find all of our shows and Abnormal Entertainment on Facebook.
You've been listening to the Abnormal Entertainment Network.